We had fewer multiple winners this year. The New York Times had 2 prizes. Washington Post had 2 prizes, but there were a lot of excellent individual prize winners this year. One of the other unusual events, we had no prize in feature writing. This is the second time that's happened since the prize was created in 1979. The last time was 2004. It's not unusual, but it does happen. This is the 63rd time in Pulitzer history that we have given no prize. This is not a statement about the quality of feature writing in America. While we cannot discuss the board's deliberations, we can say that, and also multiple factors are always involved in these kind of decisions. The entries were all carefully considered, but after an extensive discussion, no single entry was able to garner a majority vote of the board, and that's absolutely essential in order to win a prize. We also had John Hayner of the New York Times. This was a self-entered set of images that won the feature photography prize, which is kind of unusual. And persistence paid off with some of our former finalists. Tyler Hicks, a 2-time photo finalist, won the breaking news photo, and Inga Safran from the Philadelphia Inquirer, she's been a finalist 3 times in criticism, and this year she won in that category. A word about the Guardian US. This is a digital operation that we allowed into the Pulitzer competition 2 years ago because it has a significant presence in the United States. It's incorporated here as a company. It has a staff of about 60 people, I've been told. Has its headquarters in New York City, has a bureau in Washington. And the winning stories on the NSA were done by Guardian staff members, and the stories were edited and produced out of the New York City newsroom. And this year, 2 of the winners for the Guardian US and the Center for Public Integrity are both online operations. Other footnotes on the digital multimedia front. We've done a lot to try to encourage a full range like that in our entries. And these are of increasing importance throughout the competition. In fact, 7 of our winning entries this year in public service, breaking news reporting, investigative reporting, cases where digital content played a major role. Musician, composer, and perhaps this encouraged others to enter. We do have an Alan Taylor, the history winner. As we know, these are challenging times for journalism, but I think the winners and the finalists all provide heartening examples of the high quality. In fact, when the jurors come to this room and the other room at the end of the hall for 3 days of judging every year, they leave inspired. And who, after reading the entries, said, "This is food for the soul." And it's notable that the watchdog function of journalism. I'm SIg Gissler. I'm the administrator of the Pulitzer Prizes. Welcome to our 98th year. We're still very active, as you may see, looking around the room, and the excitement is as great as ever this year. First, just a couple general remarks about the process and the prizes, then I'm going to announce the winners, and then we'll distribute press kits to the working press up here, and I'll return then in about 15 or 20 minutes to answer questions for about a half an hour. We're going to have no questions until then. Later, I'll be in my office. My telephone number is 212-854-7327. My email is sg138@columbia.edu. Remember to check with our website, pulitzer.org. On there we will have all the winning stories, the winning photographs, cartoons, and photos and bios of the winners. A couple of points about our process. Each year we have more than 2,500 entries for only 21 prizes. I always like to pay high tribute to our juries. They're the heart of our 2-tier judging process that makes the Pulitzer Prizes quite special. They work diligently. This year we had 1,132 journalism entries in 14 categories, 51 more than last year. Our book juries wrestled with 1,441 books in 5 book categories, 100 more than last year. We had 234 music entries compared to 170 last year, and our drama jury looked at reviewed about 70 plays. The jury's core task in all cases is the same, to come up with 3 nominations, no more, no less, without a statement of preference. And it's up to the Pulitzer Prize board with its panoramic view of entries to make the final decision. The board does not discuss or debate specific decisions. It feels that its awards essentially speak for themselves. But I can say that the decisions are often difficult. There are many excellent finalists. The decisions are also complicated with different perspectives and considerations coming into play. And one thing very important to remember is that any winner must get a majority vote on the board. The board is also empowered to make no award and by 3/4 vote to select an entry that has not been nominated or to switch nominations among the categories. And board members must totally recuse themselves and leave the room if an entry raises a conflict. Here now are the winners in journalism, books, drama, and music. In public service and journalism, the Guardian US and the Washington Post, 2 prizes in the public service category. Breaking news reporting, the Boston Globe staff. Investigative reporting, Chris Hamby and the Center for Public Integrity in Washington, D.C. Explanatory reporting, Eli Saslow of the Washington Post. Local reporting, Will Hobson and Michael LaForgia of the Tampa Bay Times. National reporting, David Phillips of the Gazette, Colorado Springs, Colorado. International reporting, Jason Zepp and Andrew R.C. Marshall of Reuters. Feature writing, we have no award this year. Commentary, Stephen Henderson of the Detroit Free Press. Criticism, Inga Safran of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Editorial writing, the editorial staff of the Oregonian in Portland, Oregon. Editorial cartooning, Kevin Sears of the Charlotte Observer. Breaking news photography, Tyler Hicks of the New York Times. And feature photography, Josh Hanner of the New York Times. Moving to letters and drama, in fiction, the winner is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. In drama, The Flick by Annie Baker. In history, The Internal Enemy, Slavery and War in Virginia, 1772 to 1832 by Alan Taylor. Biography, Margaret Fuller, A New American Life by Megan Marshall. Poetry, 3 sections by Vijay Sisandre. General nonfiction, Tom's River, A Story of Science and Salvation by Dan Fagan. And in music, the winner is Become Ocean by John Luther Adams. You now can pick up your press kits for the working press only on each side of the room. We have small digests, the list of all the winners. You can see there's a tall gentleman in the back. We'll pass some of those out to the extent they're available.